Will you guys rejoin? Let's explore this topic today. Murmur his name, think about this question, and choose the most novel group out of the following 3 groups based on intuition. Let's see who's the first group ranking. This ranking can be said to be yearning, that is to say, in you, including your current status. You don't want to develop into a state of never contacting each other. It hasn't reached such a dead situation. What kind of situation are you in with the other person right now? What kind of state is it? But at least on your side, you haven't completely given up. And at the same time, if you have the opportunity, you want to grab it, and in fact, you yourself, you will be hoping, looking forward to, and even thinking about if the other person doesn't give you a proactive response or doesn't actively contact you. You might even send such a signal to try to contact the other party. Although this state may vacillate and occur in this issue, it's like your brain is buzzing and it's a mess. You might not have completely thought out a travel plan, but actually, you don't in your heart. You want to cut off the emotional ties with the other person immediately. And more often, you are still hesitating, struggling, no matter how cold and indifferent you appear on the surface. But you will have plans and ideas in your heart. Even these plans will have some directions. You may want to establish some contact with him or her through some ways and methods. So, this group of you, when you speak, is like a state of improvisation, just like the kind of unforgettable echo. As long as you are cool enough, there will be an opportunity between you. It's kind of like that kind of your belief feeling. If your belief is strong enough, it can inspire the world. So speaking of this set of cards, there is a chance of connection between the 2 people, but the way this opportunity comes may not be the same as you imagine. There will be some interconnected messages and signals between these 2 people. It's not that 2 people will come directly to you, or directly add back to the platform to chat, but it's more like there will be the one in the middle, there's always one in the middle, or it's the guidance of information, or even some related to old friends old colleagues, and then, or in the places you're familiar with. And then spread in the field. Come and meet each other, then slowly go. Have a conversation, and then gradually in this state of interconnection. And for this group of cards, there will indeed be some obstacles on the negative road, but as long as you are firm enough, you must be able to exclude outsiders and contact the other party. Once again, I wish you luck with this set of cards and hope you get what you want. That's all for those who chose the first set of cards. I hope this can help you, and best wishes. Then let's take a look at choosing the second group of cards. The difficulty index of your cards will be higher, but it doesn't mean that it can't be repeated. Around you guys, and then in the restraint of life, you guys have signed, or as long as you think you can find such a common circle, or even some of them are right in front of you, maybe your classmates or colleagues, and you will meet from time to time. You can see him in front of your eyes. So for this set of cards, you actually do have a carrier or a real condition for connection, but what you lack more is a certain opportunity and burden. So it makes the connection between the 2 of you seem more dragged out, and it feels more like it needs to continue for a long time, and it will continue for a long time. Whether it's some kind of courage or a state that has been going on for quite a while, it can only reach such a result of connection. So don't look at your specific situation when discussing this group of cards, because it feels like if you come, either your study or work is better, and maybe you can't be too distracted. In dealing with the other party or a relationship of interconnection, then, from your perspective, there might be a state where you care about face. Sometimes you might think that although he is swaying in front of me, and although I have many opportunities, would it be bad if I take the initiative? Would it be because I take the initiative and fall into it seems he is the other party? Actually, I'm doing pretty well now, and I have other people around me, or I don't lack other people around me now, so why should I take the initiative? In fact, it's easy to fall into that kind of entangled thinking.
Think it over one by one and then distract and think, and then there will be what kind of results and what kind of possibilities, and then what kind of possibilities, and then what kind of development. And when you think too much, you'll find that your desire to actively flatter becomes less, and there are many opportunities between 2 people, but they always miss. So this set of cards is not without a chance for you, but indeed due to your personal ideas and states, as well as your personal attempt to observe the other person, it will make this interconnected road very long. So for this deck, you may need to appropriately remove your colored glasses or some kind of green glasses. Better for some of the issue. If you want to win over the Avengers, frankly, do you want face or him? If you really want face, then live with the face. Don't be too entangled. If you want him, you have to go. Take some action, and also don't always think about having everything prepared. You have to arrange all the scripts and stage plays before you act and set off. When you really arrange well, you'll find that person may no longer be yours. So sometimes you have to seize what you should seize, just for that instant. Sing the old courage of passion and then achieve So looking at this plate from the perspective of goals and plans, I really want to use a single point interconnection. That's all for the second shooting. Hope it helps and best wishes to you all. Let's take a look at choosing the third set of cards. From the perspective of your set of cards, there is a very obvious waiting feeling. This kind of waiting feeling appears on both sides, meaning that both won. Then wait for the other party to take the initiative, sell this one, and wait. In the process, quite a bit of time is actually dragged on. Because in fact, in this relationship, you both have quite a few unwillingness. Why am I so unwilling to accept the way things have turned out? Why do I always have to be the one to back down in the relationship, to submit to compromise, but it can't be you? So looking at your situation, does this setup have too many of one kind? Then at the same time, the endless anticipation and waiting behind it are also real. So there is a chance you will be burdened when it comes to government groups. This is a common desire between the two of you. When both are looking forward to this, things will definitely move forward. But the way they advance may not necessarily be the same. It will definitely happen in the way you think. And actually, there could be good friends or intermediaries around you who confide the relationship between two people. Go and bring two people back together. Sometimes there might just be some pain. There will be some like your close friends and friends, besties, or various people related to you. There's reconciliation, but sometimes both sides are stubborn, asking why I have to take the initiative to reconcile and why it has to be this way. So this often delays the progress between two people. Looking at this situation, there is a good chance and possibility of a big gap between the two, but at the same time, there could be a delay in timing. And in fact, under the current situation, the opportunity has gradually formed. It depends on you two. You should grasp how to control it. Let go. In fact, for this group, though you still need trust to untie the veil. It's like no matter what kind of pain or harm two people have suffered through, the direct answer and time will help to soothe all the pain, and both of you are required. Both try to untie each other's knots because it feels like there will be quite a lot between you two with this card. Then there are quite a lot of heartbreaks and heartaches in the conflict process with him. And these heartbreaks and heartaches cannot be solved just by waiting. There still needs to be someone or one of the people who gets it and then take the initiative to communicate and solve this thing. Don't just wait blindly. Thank you.
Sometimes it really does
say a bit more.
Good.
Sometimes what you think and what the other person thinks is not the same. What you see and what the other person sees are different, including the reason why both of you are angry and exercise now. What you think and what he thinks are completely different. This needs you to study again and then discuss. The relationship between two people could potentially evolve further if it's thoroughly discussed. The above was to help with choosing the third group of rankings. I hope it can be of help to you all. Best wishes.